Like, dude, if someone says something bad about you online, that speaks more about them than it does about you. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Oshinoko. Previously on Oshinoko, on episode 6, analytics are important. You have to stand out. Girl gets hate. Basically, there was talk of, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while. From what I remember, basically, we talked about some YouTube analytics stuff and overall analytics stuff and like how to get going on YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that, like how consistency doesn't really matter. And also, the second part of that episode, I think, was more to do with one of the characters accidentally injuring one of the other characters because she was kind of losing her mind because she was like freaking out and she wasn't leaving her mark on the project, was kind of going under the radar, and she had all kinds of pressure and expectations put on her from the more management side of things, and so she kind of lost her temper for a moment and ended up on camera scratching another actor's face. For some reason, they decided to put into the show. Yeah, not gonna lie, kind of weird. Why would they put that in, right? So everyone harped on the girl, and seemingly, and this is what I talked about last episode, was seemingly she decided to commit walking off a very high ledge. I just found it really weird, like how quickly she was willing to do that. We shall get into episode 7. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, she straight up committed, right? It's one thing if, she was considering it, right? But she straight up committed, right? The reason I bring this up is that there is a big, yes, mine is big, but there is a big difference between someone who considers jumping off a very high place versus someone who actually jumps off a very high place. There's a very big difference between the two. I would say a massive amount of people, like probably even the majority of people, have thought or considered the idea in their life, at least once. But very few actually go through with it, because going through with it is like you have to be in a completely different type of mental state to actually straight up go through with it. It's another thing to just be considering the possibility. Something like this actually happened in the current season of Mushoku Tensei as well, which I also didn't like. These things happen, and then instead of considering it or just considering it, they straight up jump into the fact that they are willing to and immediately going to, toaster bath. Right? This isn't like them just considering it and like being in a depressive state. This is straight up, they are at the bottom of the barrel mentally, right? The fact that they are willing to do this means that this isn't some little thing that can be fixed with a little pep talk, right? This is like they are willing and actively trying to, end themselves. But we'll see how it goes.
俺は敵じゃない。頼むから落ち着いてくれ。
ワクワク。なんで？
メムのやつが台風の中お前が出かけて、なのに全然帰ってこないって探し回ってんだよ。だからコンビニまでのルート辿ってたら、バカ野郎が。
Huh. So, okay, hang on. I'm a little bit confused. Are they like living in the same dorms or something? Like what? I mean, other than the typhoon, you still haven't come back. She's looking for everywhere. Okay, but like, so you just decided to go out and start searching? okay. Somehow I feel like that's not really in his character, but okay. So, okay, that's fine.
危ないでしょあんなところに何してんのさ
黒川茜バチボコに燃えてるわね。まああの内容なら当然なんだけど、
こういうのって人前に出るようになったら慣れるものじゃ
Yep.
ないの？
多少はね。でも個人差があるから慣れない人はずっと慣れないも
Yep.
のよ。
You see, this is the truth. Okay, this. Unfortunately, this seems to be the case. Personally, it's hard for me to understand where some people come from because I'm not other people. I'm just me, right? I can only see things from my own experience and my own thoughts. And so if to me, I can be like, hey, I don't give a shit, right? But other people, and I'm not saying this to be like insulting, even though I'm hoping that you don't take this the wrong way, but I feel that there are people who are just mentally weak, or at least weaker than me. Now I'm not some sort of like some mental god or anything, like nothing affects me or anything. But from what I've seen, some people, especially online, especially these days, they seem to take things way too seriously. Especially online, mainly online. It's got like, dude, if someone says something bad about you online, that speaks more about them than it does about you. When I see someone saying something about me or someone else, and they say something bad, like an insult or something, I always think to myself, this person actively went into the comments or chat or whatever, right? And they wrote this out. Because it's not the same as like saying something when you're like mad or raging, or you're not saying this by impulse. You're actively going into the chat or comment section and then typing this out, right? And you're most likely rereading this multiple times to make sure that you've written it correctly. And then those multiple times that you're reading through this comment that you're writing, you actively know that you are insulting this person. And instead of just thinking, maybe I keep this to myself. Like, what is the point of me insulting them? Instead of thinking that, you still send it. That's why I'm 99.999% sure that I have never written an insult online to anyone that wasn't deserved. The only time I have ever written an insult towards anyone, right, was in Rocket League. One time. Literally, I remember this because I got fucking banned because of this. The one time I wrote something bad, and this was deserved because they were insulting me first. I never insult someone before they insult me, right? It's like, dude, you start throwing fists, I'm gonna throw fists back, right? Even though normally I don't. But this time I was like that. This one time I was so fucking annoyed because these people were so stupid, right? And they were insulting me. I'm not gonna say what they said. One of the things they were saying was dog shit and something along those lines, right? And the one thing that I said to them, literally the one thing that I said was KYS. Literally, I didn't say it like fully. I just typed 3 letters, KYS, right? And 5 minutes later, I have a 72-hour ban. Like, not just chat ban, I was banned from online play. Okay? That was the one time I wrote anything bad. That is the only time I ever remember typing something as an insult. And then after I got banned, I never did it again. The fact is, when I get angry or annoyed or frustrated with someone, I never go into their comments or anywhere to insult them. If I think I don't like someone, I just insult them in my head, right? I don't go out of my way to let them know what I think about them. And I feel like that is the normal thing to do, right? Like, if I don't have anything good to say, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm gonna think these things, all these bad things and these insults, but I'm never gonna say that to their face, right? I feel like that's the normal thing to do. But apparently, people just love to, say insults online. It's like, I don't understand why. What do you get from that? It's baffling to me. But anyway, the point is that, again, she's right. It does vary from person to person.
人差があるから慣れない人はずっと慣れないものよ。私だってその日のメンタル次第では本当に死んでやろうかって思う日もある。耐性のない10代の少女が初めて罵詈雑言の集中放火にさらされる心境は。
There's a lot to talk about. I have a lot of thoughts about this. And it's 3 minutes in. Okay. And I try to keep myself from ranting, but lacking any tolerance for it has been exposed to a barrage of abuse. Let me tell you something. And this is something I truly believe. And yes, I am not a snowflake, as it were. The fact is, I don't consider online bad words to be abuse, okay? I hear that fucking word everywhere these days. Abuse this, abuse that. I was abused when I was streaming and some bad people said some bad things. I was being abused emotionally. I was being harassed. To me, harassment and abuse are mainly physical things. Like, it's one thing when it comes to harassment, right? It's one thing if they come to your house and they start graffitiing your house or your outside gate or whatever, right? That's fucking harassment. That is like straight up harassment, right? But people saying their opinion, like, the problem is, let's talk about harassment, right? There are some things that I can see can be maybe a harassment or online harassment. Like, let's say this group of people like follow you around kind of thing, where maybe you're streaming, they are constantly in your chat, berating you. Then they also go to your Twitter, they start blasting you there. They go to your YouTube comments, they say shit there, that I feel like if they're constantly kind of following you around with everything you do, I can see that being harassment, right? But it's gotten to the point where normal comments or criticisms are being taken as harassment, which they are not. Literally anyone who just disagrees or says something like, that was stupid. You are stupid for doing that. This is now harassment. It's like, are you fucking stupid? That's not fucking harassment. That's people giving their opinions. If you do something stupid, people have the right to disagree with you. It's simple, really. It really is that simple. Just like you have the right to do something stupid, other people have the right to disagree with your stupid decision. They're not going to stop you from doing it, but they will disagree, and you cannot call harassment just because people disagree. Now, in this case, of course, it's more of a, she did something bad and everyone's kind of calling her out on it and like telling her to die apparently and calling her bad stuff. That's one thing, yes, but like, I'm just saying overall, there are these instances where just basic criticism is becoming harassment. And honestly, I don't agree with the word abuse online. Like, turn your monitor off. Like, if you if you feel like you're getting abused online somehow, turn your monitor off. That's not fucking abuse. Like, what? In any case, that's just my 2 cents. She's not wrong, but again, this only happens to people who live their entire life online. They put in their entire personality and identity online. But yeah, it's just weird.
国によっては法律で出演者のカウンセリングを義務付けているほどよ。
50人が死んでるってことは、その10倍はギリギリ死ななかったけど死ぬほどの思いをした人がいるって考えた方がいいわよ。 リアリティショーは自分自身をさらけ出す番組。叩かれるのは作品がどうのじゃなくて自分自身。そりゃきついわよ。
お兄ちゃん言ってた。嘘は自分を守る最大の手段だって。
言えて妙ね。ある程度キャラ作ってたらまだマシなんだけど、素の自分で望めば望んだだけダメージは深い。
True, if people don't like what you're portraying, and that portrayal it becomes or is your real self, then
毎
yeah.
日のように誰かが過剰なリンチに遭ってる。みんな自分だけは例外って思いながらしっかり人を追い込んでるのよ。何の気なしの独り言が人を殺すの。
お兄ちゃんは平気かな。
気をつけてても無駄よ。なくて七癖、あって四十八癖って言うでしょ。誰だって少なからず難はある。燃える要因は必ず持ってるものなんだし。
はい、そうです。え、本当ですか？はい、すぐに。
どうかしました社長。
I'm guessing they
警察のご厄介になったみたい。
I doubt they got into trouble.
どうして話してくれなかったの？
We'll see how they finish this thing with her. Not her, the girl. Because again, as I said, doing it or thinking about it and doing it are completely different things. One does not simply try to take their own life and just be talked out of it. You know, if you've decided to do it and you actively try to do it, you got stopped by someone else, you're probably going to try to do it again. You're not just pep talked out of it. I mean, maybe in some cases, but like most of the time, I mean...
別にそんなんじゃない。人は簡単に死ぬ。誰かが悲鳴を上げたらすぐ動かなきゃ手遅れになる。タクシー代は茜に後で請求する。
There's also the fact that okay, so that is not really what you want to do to someone who just tried to jump off the high place, as it were. But whatever, you know, what I was trying to say is that you also run into the question of who are you to stop them from doing what they want with their life, right? Really, if they want to, you know, dig a hole and lie in it, who are you to stop them? Right? My body, my rules, my life, right? I can do what I want, right? Right? I can do what I want with my body, right?
I can do what I want, bitch. Yeah, I have sex and I don't use protection. It's my hot body. I'll do what I want. I don't go to school and I kill people. Whatever. I'll do what I want.
Exactly. See how fucking messed up things are in our society?
Akane, お前、これからどうしたい？
どうって。
このまま番組を降りるって選択肢もあるってことだ。でも契約とか。これは番組側が未成年者を扱う上での監督責任を問われる問題だ。こういう状況になった以上、やめるって言われてもとやかく言わないだろう。
I don't mean to pause all the time, but I'm seeing so many problems. For instance, they come up with this excuse, right? Given the show's crew is dealing with minors, director would be held accountable. Yeah, but like you could have said this when she was getting blasted, because they actively put out the episode where they showed her, you know, injuring the other girl's face, which means all the blowback that she was getting was already the fault of, well, not only her, but the people who put it out there, who put the footage out there. It's kind of like, dude, if I accidentally filmed a a murder or something, I'm not gonna put that on YouTube, even if it was part of my trip to Japan or whatever. You know, even if I caught that on camera, I'm not gonna put that in because for obvious reasons. So now that they're saying, oh, you know, given they're dealing with minors, they would be held accountable. It's like, dude, a little late, I feel like. But okay. I gotta stop pausing and talking. It's already been fucking 25 minutes.
引き時はちゃんと自分で見極めろよ。
私もっと有名な女優になってこれからも演技続けていくために頑張ってきた。みんなにもいっぱい助けてもらって、でもこんなことになっちゃって。茜、怖いけど、すごく怖いけど、続ける。このままやめたくない。
わかった。だってさ、問題ないよな。
I'm just gonna continue. I'm not gonna get into a rant here. I would like to, but I've already spent a lot of time talking about other things, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm just gonna say I don't really agree.
当たり前だろ。
I mentioned how I was waiting to see how they would resolve her situation, and I think they did it badly. Let's just say that.
年代だけの現場だからな。多分みんなで協力していろいろ言われながらも番組やりきるだろうよ。でもこのままってのは気分悪いよな。煽った番組サイドも好き勝手言うネットのやつらにも腹が立ってしょうがないんだよ。警察署には
Well, yeah,
記者クラブと
obviously.
いうものがある。各報道機関の記者が24時間最新情報を受け取るために待機していて、今か今かと新ネタを待ち望んでいる。
やったわね、あんた。褒めた私がバカだったわ。
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. So what happened here? Fuck off, fuck off. Attempted suicide by minor-aged actress. Currently starring in the reality dating show, malicious slandered on social media as possible cause. So what? Aqua released this thing. Is that it?
やったわね、あんた。褒めた私がバカだったわ。着地点は見えてるんでしょうね。
I mean, that is not a bad way to do it, really. Even though I said this last episode as well, but people, the small amount of people that start saying like, "Oh my God, kill your, oh my God, kill your bad attitude, jump off a high place," as they say. These are the minority. The majority of people would be like, "Holy shit, dude, stop saying all these bad things. This girl tried to jump off of a high place." And people would be like, dude, like, stop. Right? A lot of people online police other people online. And yes, there's always going to be those assholes, but,
うまくいくかはわか
you
らな
know,
いけど、
it's not going to be that bad.
ここからが本当のリアリティショーだ。
So I guess, yeah,
茜の自
I
殺
guess Aqua's going to kind of show a different side of things.
未遂のニュースが流れ、界隈では様々な議論が起こった。
Sparked controversy.
もちろんそれで引くやつもいるが、新たな火種に中傷も。
There's always going to be the other side of things, right? The other side of the coin.
プラマイゼロ。こういうのは炎上対策としていい手とは言えないの。現に今も黒川茜は番組出演を見送っていて、復帰のめどは立っていないのだから。勝手な子。こんなに話を大きくして責任は取れるの？
俺は分の悪い賭けだと思ってない。注目度というのは盤上にかけられたチップそのもの。このギャンブルから降りれば、茜は勝負しないままボロボロになって負ける。ポーカーはレイズしなきゃ勝てない。俺はエースが1枚でもあれば勝負する。
So what's his plan?
現実はポーカーじゃないわよ。
そこには黒川茜を悪役にしたら面白いっていう意図が存在する。どんな成人も一面だけ切り抜いてつなぎ合わせれば悪人に仕立て上げられる。それが演出っていうもの。俺には映像編集のスキルもあるし、素材さえあれば
なるほど。つまりヤクタンは私たち目線の今勝ちをやりたいんだ。
Interesting. I get what he's trying to do,
へえ、
but
勘どころ悪くない。
we'll see how he does it.
今のこの状況
Because
で
I have my own
広告代理
thoughts
店
on
側に
how
言
I
うと
would do this.
能動視聴
This
者数が
at
多く
least.
強いインプレッションが期待できる状況ってやつなの。一見茜への叩きが目立っているけど、それって表面的なものでさ、実態としては数%程度のものでしかない。
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
自殺未遂というセンシティブな話題、ほとんどの客層は叩くべきか擁護すべきか悩んでいるサイレントマジョリティ、つまり答えを求めているユーザーが多い。そこに共感性の高い意見を提供すれば、多くの人がそれを正義と思い込むマーケットになっている。これだけ注目されてる中だもん、世の中。
That is pretty much exactly what I was thinking. Instead of trying to fight against the current, you need to create a bigger current that will steer the smaller current into itself in a way. Even though that doesn't really make sense, but you need to create something bigger to wash away the current shit, basically.
あの意見まるっと上書きできちゃうかもね。アクタンが作った動画を私たちなら公式アカウントにアップできるし、動線は確保できてる。動画のクオリティ次第ではデカめのバズも期待できる。
なんかエモい感じで泣かせりゃいいんだろ。得意得意。おお。
でもやっぱさ、あのシーンは欲しくない？
どのシーン？
ほら、茜が私叩いちゃって、それを私が優しく抱きしめるとこ。
ああ、でもあそこカメラ止まってて
甘いな。プロモデルの私が定点カメラの位置を気にしてないと思う？一応カメラに気持ちよく映るポジでやってたんだよ。
Yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? They said the cameras weren't rolling. If you're not recording, you're not recording. So were they recording or were they not recording? Because that's what I was saying, remember? Last episode, when they were doing the hugging moment, I was saying, you better be recording this. So were they recording or were they not recording? All she's saying, oh, I positioned myself perfectly for the cameras. Yeah, but like, were they recording or not? Doesn't matter if the camera is looking at you, if it's not recording. So? So what she's saying is that they were recording, they're just not releasing the footage. Which just makes them fucking dumb, in my opinion. Ah, confirmation. That just makes them dumb. Like, straight up. It makes them dumb as fuck. Not because, oh my god, they want more views from the drama, but rather, apparently they have no intention of doing anything with the footage. You have to be dumb as fuck. Like, legitimately. Just release the fucking, the episode where the slap happened or the injury to the face happened, and then, you know, you can show the next episode where, you know, there's all kinds of hype and all kinds of hate. Everyone's jumping aboard the hype train, and then give the resolution. And it's a great, like, heartwarming episode where they make up, and it's like all kinds of feels good, man, right?
そうですね。表に出れば出演者たちを悪役に仕立て上げる演出をしたって白状するようなものですから。
Well, duh. Am I misunderstanding this? Or like, cause yeah, it's a television show. No fucking shit. There is directing. It'd be akin to admitting you painted a certain cast members as villains with your directing. Yeah, there's storylines. Everyone knows this. Admitting this is not a big deal. At all. What? I must be misunderstanding something.
そんなことをすれば、茜へのバッシングが番組へ向かいかねないですもんね。
理解が早くて助かるよ。
What? Maybe I shouldn't be pausing so often, but like, doing that would cause the bashing of Akane to be directed at the show instead. Well, yeah, the best thing to do, because otherwise they might be hit with some sort of lawsuit or something, where they allowed the bashing, the mental pain, the emotional damage of a minor to happen under their watch. That is a much worse fate than just saying, hey, we painted her in a bad light because it was part of the show, right? It was just directed that way for the storylines. That's what they should say, which is what I said last episode. Just make it. Just say that it was a part of the show. But I get what they're doing here. They're trying to make these showrunners be the bad guys.
僕らは茜に何も強制していない。それは茜の選択で、僕らは視聴者に向け分かりやすく演出してるだけ。嫌なら NG を出せばこっちだって使わなかった。違うかい？
茜は責任感強いんですよ。
知ってるよ。ずっと撮ってるんだし。茜はプロで、僕らも仕事でやっている。
They're trying to make it seem like they manipulated her into doing this shit. It's like, dude. Sure, okay, they did that, but like, the fact is, they talk about storylines, but clearly they don't understand one of the most basic writing, like story writing things, which is the good guys need to win at the end. There needs to be a happy ending at the end, otherwise people fucking hate the storyline. No one wants to see a bad ending. That's just how it is. Everyone knows this. It's stupid. That's why I'm saying that they're dumbasses.
大人がガキ守らなくてどうすんだよ。
言えてるな。
てかスタッフさんこんな写真くれたんだけど。やっば。使おう使おう。
If they start showing like pictures of them being all together and friendly and stuff like that, that's gonna be a mistake. Because at this point, they never used to do this, right? So now that they're all of a sudden doing this when she's getting bashed, that seems like counterintuitive, like they're trying to, like they're forced to do so. Like they're forced to hang out and be friendly. That's what it would, that's the feeling it would give off.
お前が一番何もやってねえくせに。
リーダー面がひどいね。
I wouldn't, like, right here, I would not be surprised if people are like, oh my god, they're just doing this to pretend that the drama didn't happen, or they were forced to do this. We'll see. Because this is the classic, you're under fire, so you need to shut the fuck up and let the fire burn out by itself. Do not add more, because people will criticize. I want to see the comments. Oh, I guess. Okay. So I guess they got the footage from the guy.
大丈夫。茜は私のこと嫌い？嫌いじゃない。強くて優しくて好き。私も。
I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
だから怒らないよ。
Oh, what? Wait. What is this? LOL? Is attacking the show the trend now? LOL? You guys are too quick to reverse your position? LOL?
入れの悪い言い方になるのは炎上に完全な解決はないからだ。これからも断るたびに蒸し返されて言い続けるやつは10年後も言い続ける。
Doubtful. People are not gonna remember this 2 weeks from now? What do you mean?
でも無理して。
10 years? My ass, dude.
今のは嫌な意味じゃないからね。私としては無理してでも出てほしいんだから。分かってる。
How long is this damn show that they're filming?
これからはさ、茜もちょっとキャラつけた方がいいんじゃない？やっぱ素の自分で出て叩かれるとダメージ大きいし。
キャラ？
そうだな。何かしら演じてたらその役が鎧になる。素の自分を晒しても傷つくだけ。これは別にリアリティショーに限った話じゃない。社交術としても重要な概念だ。
アクタンも何重に演じてるもんね。 もう少し奥底見せてくれてもいいんだよ。
断る。
私演技は得意だしやってみようかな。
No one
そう
says
だ
that
よね。
about
茜っ
themselves.
て地味に女優だ
That's
し
just cringe,
むしろ
bro.
それしか取り柄ない。でもどんな役演じればいいんだろう。
アクタンはどういう女が好み？
なんで俺に。
今男君だけだから理想の女性像を教えてあげてよ。だかな、ビーコ町の愛みたいな。
愛って昔死んじゃったアイドルの人？
そうそう。違う？
いやまあ大体合ってる。
ああ、こういう系好きなんだ。面食いだ。
アクア君の好みの女の子。
Oh god, please don't. In the end, it always turns back into being a harem. Every single
愛
time.
なんて誰にもできない。あれは天性のものだ。
That's about right.
嬉しかったな。恩返ししないと。アクア君の好みを
Oh
演じて
God
アピールしたら喜んでくれるかな。ビーコ町の愛。特徴はやっぱりあの瞳。自信からくるものだとしたら承認欲求は満たされてる。友人関係は薄そう。でも異性関係は何かあるだろうな。家庭環境はいい。いや、この人格形成は劣悪な方向かな。愛情の抱き方に何かしらのバイアスあり。
Jesus
秘密主義
Christ.
と暴露欲求、破天荒な言動に反し完璧主義者、無頓着さと過度な執着、金銭感覚が節制傾向、ファッションはやや無関心、視力はいい、聴覚と嗅覚
Is she
が
gonna
歩き方が
deduce
教育レ
that
ベ
she
ル
was
が低い
pregnant or something?
箸の持ち方が少しいびつ、発達障害の傾向、思春期の段階で性交渉があった子特有のバランスの悪さ。
What the fuck is wrong with her? Jesus.
15歳あたりから破滅的行動に改善が見られる。いい出会いがあったのかな。
I think she has some other problems. Let's just say that.
よろしくお願いします。それではスタンバイお願いします。
行くぞ。
そうだね、アクア。
Yeah, she's pretty good. But okay. If she keeps that up, it's gonna be weird. I hope it's not gonna be some weird thing about how she's gonna keep that up. I hope they just left it off as like just a surprise and showing how good she is at imitating, I guess. But otherwise, not gonna lie, I would say if I was Aqua, that would be a fucking insult, okay? Because I'm just saying. That was episode 7 that I didn't really agree with how easily she was talked out of the life-ending thing. The thing is, if a character in a show tries to take their own end their life, right? And then they're immediately easily talked out of it, or rather like given a pep talk or something like that, because they actively tried to end it all, right? Probably they would try again. Now people talk her out of it, but the fact is, the quicker you talk her out of it, the less impactful the whole scene will seem. Essentially, if it's very easy to solve her problem, that means the problem wasn't a big problem to begin with, if that makes sense. And all it took was just a little bit of friendship, and then bam, she's good. Which immediately tells me that her actions here, her want to do this, doesn't really make sense. Because if online bad comments was all it took, then I think most of us would be dead. I think most of us who are online would be dead at this point. And then all it took for her to just get over it was a little bit of friendship. I don't think it's that easy, but apparently it is. Because just in my head, I don't think that people would try to end it all based off of some bad internet comments. I just don't think people would. You know, if people are getting sent all kinds of bad comments and stuff, and you're being blasted online, right? You might feel like you are getting blasted in the asshole, right? But even if you think to yourself, God, I wanna, end it all, it's unlikely that you actually would. So it's just weird that she was willing to just, as I said, it's not like she was just standing on the railing. She was standing on the railing and then straight up. See? As I said, there's a big, big difference between thinking about it and actually doing it. It wasn't that she was just considering ending it all. She straight up tried to, right? Which means no little pep talk, no little friendship, a little bit of friendship is gonna just immediately solve her mental problem. And if it does, then it's probably just a temporary measure. But, that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. I think it's very obvious that she has some serious mental problems. As I said, the fact that she tried to, off herself and then was immediately just a little bit of friendship and she was fine. I mentioned she might have some mental problems, and she definitely seems to have some insane mental problems. She was gonna take some lessons from the deceased Hoshino Ai, but she's straight up gonna try to mold her entire personality to this shit, we'll have to see how the next episode goes, which I am going to actually record right after this. Anyway, that was episode 7. It was a pretty good episode. When I have things to talk about, I feel like it's a pretty good episode. Some things I didn't agree with. Some things I felt like were too easy. Definitely want to see where they're going with this, this Akane turning into Hoshino Ai. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me for episode 8 of Oshinoko. Later.